Hi, I'm a Blisy.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to RNG abuse in Heart Gold and Soul Silver for wild Pokemon. In order to do this RNG successfully, you're going to need two Pokemon, or two Chadots with a recorded chatter. You can hear it's a different noise. You're also going to need one Pokemon with Sweet Scent. My Weepin' Bell here has it. It would also be helpful to have a Pokemon with the Synchronize ability and a nature you want. For example, let's say you're going for a wild Ditto. If you're going for a wild Ditto and you want it to have a modest nature and every perfect stat besides attack, it would be helpful to have a modest Alakazam to transfer the nature over with the ability Synchronize. You're also going to need to have Juggler Irwin registered in your Pokegear. Where is he? Down here. He's a Juggler. He's above Goldenrod City, but below the not the Pal Park, the like the national park where you do the bug catching contest. The other thing is it would be helpful to have roaming legendaries released. I'd recommend having at least 2 released. You don't need this. These roaming legendaries are not necessary. They're just helpful. I have caught my Latias already, but the legendary beasts, Raikou and Entei here, I've not caught, so it's just helpful to have them released. Alright. Oh, and the last thing you'll need is a Pokemon that is compatible with your Pal Park. So in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I have an English copy of Heart Gold. So I have an English copy of the GBA game Emerald compatible, just in case. I'll explain what it's for later. If you have a different region game, you'd need the same region. So like I have a Japanese Pearl version. If I wanted to switch, if I wanted to like do something where I put the GBA game in, I'd need a Japanese copy of that game. So it's got to be the same region. Okay. With that out of the way, we're going to open up Time Finder in RNG Reporter. We're going to go to 4th Gen Time Finder. So in here, keep the year as the current year it is. For minimum, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are always 490. The maximum, 3000 is fine. The delay is just how long you're willing to wait, basically, at the start screen. So 3000 is fine, it's not too long of a wait. Min-max frame. Min frame is 1. Max frame should probably be... 200 is fine. If you're going for a shiny, you should set it to around 2000. It's going to be a lot more advancements. Okay, here, method 1. So since this is a wild Pokemon and it's Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we're going to be doing method K. And we're going to do wild Pokemon. Don't do any of the fishing rods. This method doesn't necessarily work with that. So we're doing wild Pokemon. And we're going to be going for a... What kind of Ditto do I want? I'm going for a Ditto here. I guess I'll go for a timid Ditto. No. You know what? Yeah, I'll go. Do I have? I think I have a timid Ditto. I'll go. Frick, this is hard. I'll go adamant. Adamant's always good. I don't have a 6-stat adamant Ditto. Abilities. This is if you care for what ability you've got. Ditto can only have 1 ability. If your Pokemon has 2 abilities, just go look up an ability chart. Simple as that. Gender. Again, it's only if you care. Ditto is no gendered, so it doesn't matter. For the encounter slot, you're going to have to look up what encounter slot your Pokemon is. So I have this here. I'll link this in the description. So just find your table. This is for Heart Gold. All the game Soul Silver doesn't have a different one. So I'm going to Control F Ditto. So Ditto is on Route 34. I believe I'm on 34. So it is the slots 9 and 11, I believe it was. Yeah, 9, 11. Okay, I believe I'm on Route 34, so I'm just gonna double check that. Go to Pokegear, go to the map. What map am I? Oh, I'm on Route 47. Route 34 is like all the way over here. Wait, let's go back. So, 47. So this is where I am. I believe Ditto's here. Aha, here is Ditto. There's lots of Dittos. Now pay attention, since Heart Gold Soul Silver has different encounter rates for the morning and night things and swarms, so just pay attention to that. That can change things up a lot. So Ditto is in slots. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 11. Wow, that's a lot of slots. Cool. So that's where I am, 47. Alright, so we're going to go into, now that we're in the time finder, so it was slots 2, 3, 4, 5, and 11. That was Ditto. Then I'm going to type the stats I want. Since I'm going for adamant, I want everything perfect, except special attack. And I'm going to hit generate. That's what we got. So as you can see, all of these Dittos will require me to have a synchronized lead, which I don't have. So what I can do here is I could just go for another nature. Here, we'll give myself a bit more of a search. Naive. Actually, we'll do relaxed and timid. So we're gonna have all of these. So since I couldn't find one without a special lead, because I just don't have one on me, it's not that hard to get one. I just didn't want to waste time and grab one. So here we go. A timid one with perfect stats that has no lead. That's what I would want. Here, we're gonna actually do it by required lead. See how many nuns there are. There's 4, and I have a jolly one already, definitely. So I'll go with this one. Oh, but these are the bad stats for timid. We'll just. I should not have checked timid off. But. Alright, we're gonna redo our search here. We're gonna go for timid or modest, and we're gonna get rid of attack. See if we can get a none. Here we go. We got one. We have some. These are really high frames here. Oh my god, there's so many actually. What the heck? So we're gonna change the required lead to none. Let's see what our lowest frame is with none. It looks like it's 57. Okay, so that was the whole process of going for something. This one actually has 6 perfect stats, so that's interesting. So I'm going to copy the seed to clipboard. You right-click, copy seed to clipboard, go into the main window. You're going to go down here to method K, HGSS, leave wild Pokemon, synchronize. Now, if you had a synchronized one, you check which nature you're synchronizing as. Then you're going to paste your seed here. You're going to hit generate. So it was on frame 57, I believe, so if you scroll down to 57 here, there's our modest one with everything in HB Dark, so that's cool. Now we're going to go into 4th Gen Tools, and we're going to go to Seed to Time. So you're going to check Heart Gold, Soul Silver, you're going to paste your seed. Now, you're going to go out of here. Sorry, you're gonna look at what your roaming Pokemon are at. So mine's Raikou 35, Entei 31. You're gonna save your game. So we're gonna check Raikou and Entei. So Raikou's 35, Entei's 31, and I don't have the Lati checked because I don't have a Lati roaming. So you're not gonna check that. You're only gonna check the roamers that you have released. Simple as that. Seconds. This is just pick a number between 23 and 60, and then check it. It's how long you're willing to wait. I don't like waiting, so I put the minimum that I can do. So then you hit generate, and then down here you're gonna hit generate again, and you're not gonna pay attention to this for right now. Okay. So now if we take a look at our Pokegear, our roamers should be in the same spot. They are. So now we're gonna turn it off. Now. Okay, so now if you look here, this is going to be the date and time you have to set your DS to, and this is going to be the delay. Now, the delay is based upon 3 things, really. It's your game and the system you're on. Those are what will determine the delay. So it's just kind of like it's just, you don't have to overthink it, but basically, in combination with your cartridge and your system, your game's only going to be able to hit 1 delay. So I don't know which delay my Heart Gold hits in this DS currently. So the only ways to change the delay are by the year and by putting a GBA game in the PAL Park, or that is compatible with the PAL Park of your region, into the GBA slot, or taking it out if you had one in. So it just shifts it by 1, and the reason it's hard to change is because you can only hit even or odds. So right now I'm going for an even delay. If I hit, let's say when I go in and I boot it up and I do the little search, it tells me I hit 2079. That means the only way I can hit 2078 is by putting a GBA game in the GBA slot of my DS or by changing the year. Simple as that. So, move that by accident. So what I'm going to do is, the only way to really figure it out is just to test it once and see what delay you hit, and then go from there. So we're going to start off by doing the date and time it's selected. So it's 2016, it wants 7/27, and it wants 1:54:23. So just changing our DS clock. Simple as that. 1:54, and the 23 is the 23 seconds we had put here. So now we're going to open up EonTimer, drag that over here, click the 4 tab. The delay is 490, calibrated seconds you leave at 14, target delay is 2078 is what I am aiming for. That's this number right here. Target seconds is the number we put up here. And then if you look, it says minutes before target is 1. What that means is even though our time is 1:54, we're going to make our time 1:53. That's what the target, if that is a 0 or a 2, you do. So if that was 0, I would leave it at 1:54. If that was a 2, I'd do 1:52 instead. Simple concept if you ask me. So we're going to start the DS clock and the Untimer at the same time. And we're going to let it count us down. Oh, wait. Simple concept, but I did 1:53. Oops. I'm supposed to do 1:53. I did 1:54 by accident. So, a little more explanation about delays is you're not going to know if you hit it. You're not going to know what your delay is on your system unless you've hit it once already. So, this Heart Gold Soul Silver RNG is a bit finicky. Like, you're going to miss your delay, you're going to miss your seed a few times. It's just how it works. But it's not too big of a deal. Just with a small amount of persistence, you'll hit what you're going for. So, and I gotta make sure here as well. If you can see, the encounter slot is 4 here. Oh. So you start the game when EonTimer counts you down, and you're just gonna mash start all the way until the file select screen. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna wait here until this timer counts us down. And you can see this is a 4, and in the timer, the time finder, the encounter slot is a 4, and we were looking for 2, 3, 4, 5, or 11. That's because that's where Ditto resides. Any of these other encounter slots, like this 6, is not going to be a Ditto. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's not a Ditto. So when this counts down, we're just going to start the game up. And then we're going to go straight into our Poke Gear. We're going to check the routes of our Pokemon. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So we're in the map, right? So where's Raikou? He is 31 and Entei is 32. So we're going to go into the seed to time adjacent. So my Pokemon, as you can see, Raikou 31, Entei 32. Okay? That's good. So now to confirm that we're on the correct seed, because other Pokemon can be on the same route, like it could be in the same routes and be a different seed here, we're going to go into the phone and we're going to call Irwin. So we're going to call him and we're going to hit search calls here. We're going to check Irwin off. Hear about your escapades rocks my soul. It sure does. So that is E. And we're going to do this until he gives us one result. How are you? That's P. It's a bit tedious because some of Irwin's dialogue is a bit lengthy, but I'm so glad you called. That's K. Hear about your escapades rocks my soul. What's this? How are you? That's P. This is going down fast. This is narrowing it down, baby. Alright, call him again. Again, it's a bit tedious. And keep in mind, every time you do this, the frame is advanced, okay? So how are you? That's P. So I'll explain what that means in a minute. So just keep of how many, like, once you're done calling him, just count how many times you called him. Simple as that. Hearing about your escapades rocks my soul. It's E. Hear about your escapades rocks my soul. Only 2 possible results. That's good news. How are you? That's P. Alright, so we called him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We called him 9 times. So that advanced the frame 9 times. We also had 2 roamers running around. Each roamer advances the frame by 1. So our starting frame is effectively 9 plus 2, which is 11. So we should be on frame 11. So I'm going to hit OK here. And it would direct you to the seed you hit, which is this seed for me. So that's pretty amazing. I hit it first try. Pure luck on my part. So now that you've hit your seed, what you're going to have to do... Oh my god, this guy doesn't shut up. So we're going to go back here into the main window. And we should be on frame 11. Why are we on frame 11 again? I'm going to say. We have 2 roamers. Each roamer advances the starting frame by 1. So normally our starting frame is 1, right? I have Raikou and Entei out. If you had Lati out, you'd be here. Then I called him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, oh yeah, because, right. So we're on frame 12. We should be. And we can verify what frame we're on by going into our chatbox. So we're going to back out of here. Just going to go into Pokemon, and I'll listen to my chatbox. Raise the volume. So that was like a mid-ish thing. That was lower. That was high. So we're here. This should be low. Yep. Yep. If you can listen, you can see it aligns with the pitch. So this should be a lower one. This should be a little higher than that. This should be about the same. This should be a bit higher. High, low. And we're going to want to get to the frame before the one we want. So ours is on frame 57. So now we're going to back out of here. So as you can see, we're on frame 56. We want frame 57. So stop on frame 56. Stop listening to it on that frame. You're going to back out. Then we're going to go to Weeping Bell, and we're going to Sweet Scent. And this should be a Ditto. Alright, we got a Ditto. Excellent. So we're going back here. Oh, I'm going to use my hacked Master Balls to get this Ditto. Although if you really wanted, you could, since I have all the Pokeballs hacked, I could have used some weird ball. Alright, so my Ditto is caught. And now I'm going to check him. So he has a modest nature. However, if you take a look here, well, so I'll explain something about Ditto in particular, but so if you take a look here, the nature before the one I wanted is modest. So that means I could have hit the wrong Ditto. So this is not a guarantee. So with Ditto in particular, if you take a look, all his stats should basically be the same. As you can see, that confirms that I hit because since all my stats are perfect here, special defense, speed, defense, they should all be the same because his base stats are all the same across the board. The only reason special attack is higher than attack is because of the nature he has. However, just to prove to you, we're going to fly over to the Battle Frontier, and I'm going to check my stats. So this was pretty easy. Normally, it can go really, really poorly. I was kind of hoping it would go poorly so I could show some like how to figure out what's going on, but it's not too difficult. Basically, if I had hit a, and you could see it in my, I believe, my Kyogre catching video, because the process of how to fix what's gone wrong is pretty much the same. So I'm going to talk to this guy. This guy's the judge. He tells you what your stats are. He only tells you one stat at a time, but he'll do it in order. So outstanding, that means it's really good. HP. If I talk to him again, he'll tell me my next best stat is attack, because my attack is perfect. He tells you the stats that are perfect in order. So, yeah, he'll keep going along the lines to every single stat. But while I'm doing this, what I'm going to explain is, so let's say, we're going to go back here a little bit. So let's say I boot up the game, I do all my Elm Professor calls, I check the routes of my roaming Pokemon. I'm at frame 2081. That is unfortunate because I need to hit delay 2078. So what do I do about that? Well, the first thing I can tell you to do is you take a Game Boy Advance game that is compatible with the PAL Park, you stick in the Game Boy Advance slot, bam, it will now be able to hit an even delay. And then the only other thing you have to do is, so you go into here, delay hit, you just type 2081, and then you'd hit update. It will change this number a little bit, and then once you put the GBA game in, you will probably be closer to hitting this. And then from there, it's just trial and error, just starting it up. It'll take a few times. The delay is... Oh, did I unhook this by accident? So, yeah. It's pretty random whether or not you, you end up hitting your delay. It's pretty controllable, but, like, it's a little hard. Besides that, the only other thing I can say is if you don't have a way to change the GBA game, what you can do is change the year. So if I change the year 1, like let's say I hit 2081, right? And I don't have a GBA game, or I'm on a DS Lite or DSi or something, what you could do is change this from 2016 to 2017 and hit generate. Now the year I need to hit is 2077, so you'll be hitting an odd delay. And if I generate down here, as you can see, everything's the same, just the delay is different. So that's the end of that. I wish I could show off my Ditto more. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next video. To be able to take special hits safely. So he's going to Earthquake again. Again, doesn't do much. I decide I have to kill it. Stalling it at this point isn't worth it, and he's going to go back into the Vaporeon, and I just...